Good morning. Happy Sunday morning. This is not my day 7 video yet. I'll do that a little bit later. This is just a continuation from yesterday's one. After I finished the live, I sat with the feelings, the emotions that had come up from what happened, having not done the task, but also the task that I had set. My resistance around that was linked to the emotions of failure and shame. So that was to do my tax, and it was because I'd made some really dumb financial decisions in that financial period that I wasn't willing to face yet. So I did that, and I wanted to just sort of share a little bit more about my process with that, because it's not just about me saying, go sit with your emotions. It's like, well, I want to talk you through what actually happened and what sort of unraveled and what I discovered. I also may have noticed that I did actually then sit down and do some of my tax. I started it. I started figure out where all that money's gone. So yeah, it's gone, which is really shit. Anyhow, so the emotion of failure, failure is not an emotion for starters. So let's just start with the shame. So it was interesting because what I did was sit with that shame. And it's like, well, where is that sitting? Where is it coming from? Now, shame's a really interesting feeling as opposed to, say, guilt. If I felt guilty for the loss of money, then it's because I've actually I haven't lived up to my own expectations, and cool. I haven't lived up to my own expectations. Shame, however, is not having lived up to the expectations of those around me. Okay. Now, I wasn't feeling guilt. That was my money that I lost. No biggie. Yeah. So I wasn't concerned about anyone else in that instance. So I wasn't suffering from guilt at all. However, shame. Okay. So shame being more coming from what I perceived from my friends and family then feel or think about me as a result of me making dumb decisions with my money. And where that really was the clincher for me is that I have part of my identity wrapped up around people actually sort of look to me as someone who has their shit together in regards to their finances. And yes, generally, as a rule, I have. That is definitely the case. I've got a finance background. I've got an investment finance degree attached to me, and I've made some pretty savvy financial decisions in the past that have set myself up so that I could quit my job and work for myself and go on amazing trips overseas and do all this really cool stuff. So the shame was actually more so linked that, well, by me having made some dumb decisions around money, that's killing off the identity that I have attached myself to with being savvy with money. So there's a conflict there. So I can either decide that I'm going to hold on to that identity and just ignore the shitty stuff that's in conflict with that part of myself, or I can sit with it. So has someone who's really savvy with money ever made a really dumb decision with money before? Well, yeah, more than likely. Okay, so I can still attach myself to that part of my identity, or I can go, you know what, how much of that part of my identity do I really care about anyway? So there was a few elements that I really got to really sit with. And, what often happens when we sit with our emotions and, whether we just sit there and think about it, whether we sit there and meditate, whether we journal, whether we use movement as something to sort of allow the emotions that are stored in the body to move through us. And so then there's underneath the shame, for me, is a bit of sadness, because I had that identity attachment to me being a money savvy person. So that was really cool. Thanks, Sam. That's great. So I gained a lot from, first of all, having set the challenge task, failing at the task, then examining the resistance to the task in the first place, finding the emotions underneath, and then working out, well, what was causing that emotion. So yay, success. And I have started my tax. If we look at what I've got on this week, potentially I will have that all wrapped up and done and dusted by the end of this week. So great outcomes. I'm going to do a different live. I'm not going to do this one about sort of wrapping up this challenge and everything that I've sort of, my learnings, my impact on joy. So I'm going to finish this one up. I will, however, finish by saying what my challenge is for today. Now, I've got a shouting mat here. I've had it for a while and it's really, really good. It's got little spiky things on it and it's great to lie on, and it gets the blood flowing and it's quite relaxing and really, really enjoyable. However, standing on it, my God, I want to cry. It's so freaking painful. So today's challenge and edge is to start desensitizing my feet to this, because I think getting the blood flow to my feet will be very useful, particularly in Melbourne winter and helping with my circulation. So we'll see. I might even film my face showing pain and agony. So that's my last challenge for today. So wrapping up, I'm going to do another video either late. I've got something on. Anyway, we'll see. Either later today or I'll do the final video tomorrow morning reporting sort of overall how everything's been. So big hugs and love. I can see Sam, you've been on, and Haley. Guys, you're a rock. I love you so much. So thank you, and enjoy your Sundays. It's a good one in Melbourne. At the minute, the sun is out, so get out and enjoy. Sam, you're up on the coast, so enjoy your beautiful weather. See you guys.